Oh, alright then. Good day. It's been several days. I do apologize. I've been rather busy with school lately, though, of lots of technical writing projects that have just sort of piled up, and yeah, just a ton of stuff. And yeah, it's been rough. I still need to get cracking on my long essay for Irish Lit, and you know it's been rough. So the posting on Saturday, I was gonna rant about the new Supreme Court decision in regards to campaign financing, but it's dead now. It's old news. Pretty much everybody has something to say about it. So anybody who knows what it's about, anyways, because to clear up the ambiguity, that pretty much says that anybody can donate as much as they want to the to campaigns, which pretty much means that rich people have endless power to buy our politicians and put even more money into the government, which is only gonna fuck us up even more. This is why I'm gonna get out of this country as soon as I can and flee to Canada or Ireland or something. Places that have better governments, at least, and don't and are more friendly towards writers. Speaking of which, the Haunted Traveler is still available. The Haunted Traveler from Weasel Press. I have been my first published short story is in this, and it's yeah. So if you haven't gotten it yet, get it. It's fantastic. I've been reading, almost finished with it, and it's fantastic. Even with the misprints from this first printing, it's fantastic. There's some pretty extraordinary pieces in here. A couple of things that are kind of derivative, I guess, but there's some others that really push the boundaries in regards to in regards to how horror and science fiction is written. What kind of it tests the boundaries about moral boundaries, I guess you can say, which is really quite risky, because in my fiction class last semester, my advanced fiction writing class last semester, I submitted a rather risque piece of cosmic horror involving a Shub-Niggurath cult, and with the intention of submitting it to this anthology, The Conqueror Womb, which is composed entirely of erotic horror stories involving Shub-Niggurath, and W.H. Pugmire, who blogs regularly, as often as he can because he's getting old. He's a part of the anthology, and it was put together by Jeffrey Thomas, and I think it's available in both print and PDF format, just like The Haunted Traveler, except it's not free. Available from Martian Migraine Press. I have yet to get it. I need to. But anyways, the whole point is that I've submitted this story for this particular anthology, and in an attempt to workshop it. because, my previous experience with my two previous fiction classes was that, people are really liberal, and they take artistry as though it was, they take artistry as though they take it for granted, and they appreciate any attempt. But with that particular story, it was not exactly the case. It was kind of my first attempt at workshopping an overt horror story, because the Drak'Krali, the horror was more the idea of it. And then, of course, with the Plague of Innsmouth, well, that was just amateur piece of crap that anybody could enjoy, except, real readers. And not that, people who don't read, experimental fiction aren't real readers. It's just, there are certain kinds of readers, and some people don't like the type of experimental fiction such as what is presented in the Drak'Krali, and they don't they don't really appreciate boundaries being stepped across like that, unless they're like little tiny steps, like sparkly vampires, apparently. But yeah, no, I submitted this story, and the workshop absolutely hated it, and they threatened. They not only didn't like the piece, they thought that it was, a piece of trash. They actually called into question my moral character. And it was like, you people, you don't judge the author, you just judge the work. And to call me, lecherous and masochistic and anti-feminine, that's ridiculous. I'm not like that. I put that behind me, because honestly, I don't give a shit about those people. I don't give a shit about that particular workshop. I don't give a shit about anybody who was in that workshop, because I'm published, and they're not. So, I've got the last laugh, I guess. So, yeah, it's been a rough week. It has been a very rough week, and, trying to survive. I have gotten no writing done this past week, which is rather disappointing. And I'm trying to get the I've been sending out application after application to different places, and attempting to figure out what goes into what kind of effort goes into freelancing. So I've been doing that. Sent in a couple of applications for New England and stuff. About to start doing research on Craigslist, which, whatever. Lots of writing jobs are actually posted on Craigslist, and they're more conducive to my type of writing, rather than to technical writing and things like that. It's more me. And I appreciate that. I really need that. And, yeah. Been doing that. So, just been reading, trying to recover my brain cells so if I can continue writing. But the the brain is not working today. I have no idea why. I suppose it was the long, Irish lit of reading stint that I did last night and yesterday. Or maybe it was that Takashi Miike film that I watched for the first time. If you don't know who Takashi Miike is, you need to look him up. He's... oh man. He's something else. You all would probably know him best as the director of the original Japanese Grudge, Ju-on the Grudge. No, sorry, Ju-on, not Ju-on, because that's stupid. And he's not an anti-Semite, so yeah. So he did Ju-on, also did Audition, which a lot of people are familiar with that one, and yesterday I got Imprint, which was a film that he did for the Masters of Horror series on Starz. And that film, it was so graphic that it has actually been banned from American broadcasting. They can't show it on TV anymore. So yeah, that I found that on DVD finally, along with the original Day of the Dead. Been searching for that one for ages. And yeah, the Imprint, it was, it was good. It was very Takashi Miike. And, wouldn't exactly call it scary. It was very, very strange, though. I mean, the semi-antagonist slash heroine, she had blue hair when she was a kid, and he had this obsession with those little preschool windmills that you like, and it would blow, or twirl around and stuff. He had this obsession. And I know that there's symbolism in that. So I just need to figure out what it is. The Japanese, they're just so, they put meaning into everything. It's striking. I love Japan endlessly. So yeah. Original Day of the Dead, Imprint. I also got from Up on Poppy Hill, which is the semi-recent Studio Ghibli film Before the Wind Rises, which I've looked for, and apparently it's still in theaters. So it's like, holy cow, I need to go see that. It's probably at the dollar level at this point, and I love Studio Ghibli, so yeah. But I think I'm going to call it here. I'm gonna try to do something with this day before, other than laundry, before I have to go into work. And thank you for your patience. Again, I apologize. I'm not exactly the best at keeping busy, at keeping updated. I've been trying. I've been getting better since I switched to this format, but it's going to be it's going to take some time to get into the habit. But anyways, enough of that. Dark dreaming, everybody. Bye-bye.